Welcome to Tremendous Talk. We got the industry, tea, and the jokes. Actors, directors, musicians, and more. You're listening to Tremendous Talk.
Hi, I'm Ashley Rapuano, and this is a Tremendous Talk podcast. Join us as we guide you through the realms of Hollywood and beyond while we speak to industry professionals in the spotlight. So grab a boba tea and leave your shoes at the door. Welcome to Tremendous Talk! And my co-host, Law Sharma, is here with me in spirit. He's currently off gallivanting with his friends. I think he's at a bachelor party or something. Go, Law! Go have fun! This week on the podcast, we are so excited to be able to speak to Brandon Soo Hoo and Kheng Hua from The Tiger's Apprentice, now streaming on Paramount Plus. You can literally go on Paramount Plus right now and watch it online. It's such a cute, family-oriented film, family-friendly. It's heartwarming, and there's just so much to it. It's a lot of nuance, layers, and stuff. Gosh, I resonated with so many little bits and pieces of this movie, and it just made me happy to work on the entire campaign of it. So I hope everyone enjoys it. I hope you enjoy this interview. I got a tiger dress for this reason, and I'm wearing my little rooster necklace because I'm Year of the Rooster. Let us know what year you are. Yeah, I'm excited. So Zodiacs assemble! Yeah! Hi, my name is Ashley Rapuano. And fun fact, I'm actually a publicist on this film with Tremendous Communication. So I was at the junket and at the premiere last Saturday.
Wow.
Yay.
We're all together again.
Yes, it's
Yes.
like a little reunion. I wanted to check in. How are you doing? Okay, so you start this film, you start all of this going on in the pandemic when no one is around each other. Everyone's just like in their isolated time, in their little pods and stuff, literally around no one. And now you got to meet the whole cast last Saturday. You're like actually meeting each other in person. Press is happening. Are you good? Like, what's going on? How's the process been like? Brandon, you can go first.
Man, it was such a whirlwind of activity. Also, you're right. Like we were doing a lot of this in solitude, like in our own little respective sessions and booths. So like actually seeing it up on the big screen was crazy, and actually meeting the rest of the cast for the first time was crazy. It's like I've spent these years like imagining what you sound like and imagining what it's like to be having these conversations with you. And I actually meet all these people in person, and they're all such sweethearts. But I guess if I could put it into like a single word, that it was during the premiere to like finally like be at the pinnacle of all of our collective labor, or our collective like work, was just super surreal. I was like, I can't believe we're actually here doing this. I can't believe, Sandra Oh's right over there. I can't believe I'm hanging out with my grandma in real life. Like it was a huge trip.
Well, the feeling for me was very much, if I could use animated language to explain myself, it's like we've been animated characters, and then we've seen all these scenes of how animated characters suddenly become real life people. That was exactly that feeling when I was at the premiere event, just sort of like, this is the dragon, and this is the pig, and this is and they're all now human beings, and we're relating to each other as human beings, but then we've gotten to know each other as the characters. So I think that is a wonderful experience. Also, the camaraderie between cast members is, I think, for me as an actor, one of the best things about being an actor. Somehow, I think, people in the industry get close in a way that only people in the industry can get close. And yeah, and I enjoy that.
Aw, that's so cute. That makes me happy. I'm so curious though. Can you kind of take us behind the scenes? Because you're in the booth recording by yourself, right? Like, how did you start developing those like cast relationships between each other? Because when I saw you guys at the junket, when I saw you guys at the premiere, you were a family. Like, you love each other.
Absolutely.
Brandon?
I think it's like, I'm not sure if this is really the case, or if maybe this is just like something that I'm imagining, but I think it's because like when you're doing these characters, like you're building such a relationship with the characters in your head that maybe when you meet in person, it almost feels like second nature. Like I already knew you guys. So it's
Yeah.
not like we're meeting each other for the first time. It's like I've been thinking about you guys for years. So like the history is almost like built in. It's crazy. And also, a couple of the scenes I actually got to do in person with Henry, with a lot of the tiger scenes. We got to do some really great sessions together. And with Leah, with her character Rav, we had some really great sessions there too. And they're both just super sweet to work with, and it's not difficult to build relationships pretty quickly with them.
For me, two words. The feeling of camaraderie between the cast was dependent on serendipity and social media.
Absolutely.
So people like Leah Lewis and with Brandon and with Cherry Cola, somehow we had either other projects or other channels or past projects or past events that brought them into my life. And then sometimes through social media, and because all of us are a part of the same project, like Brendan says, Sherry Cola and I were suddenly just talking to each other on social media. And because we're in the same project and we may not have seen each other in real life, but it's like, okay, we don't, we're already fast friends. It's just one of those strange things about how I think people in the industry can relate to each other in a way that maybe people outside the industry might find very strange. It's like how you step onto set for the very first day and you may have to immediately be in love with each other, or do you know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm,
Oh
mm-hmm.
man. But I mean, also speaking of connections, you play his grandma. Also, your cousin is your daughter. Like,
Yeah, I
this is
know.
so
It's a small and weird world. It's so intertwined. Yeah. She really is. Kheng really is a part of my family, it seems.
Yeah, and I love that. Also, I'm very used to that sort of very, 6 degrees of separation because
yes.
I come from Singapore and it's a tiny little country, and you're either related to or friends with or married to or divorced or going out with or broke up with. I mean, the people that you meet. So I'm kind of really used to that, and I think it's nice because I happen to really like the people that I populate my life with. And now I've got this new family, from Tiger's Apprentice, and they're starting to call me Mama Kang, and I'm absolutely enjoying it.
Oh, Mama King, that makes me so happy. I mean, in general, King, your characters have kind of like broken me in a very healthy way. I don't know, maybe I'm just watching the wrong things, but I'm so used to seeing these like negative or kind of like dissonant portrayals of grandparents and parents in media, especially in art
Mm-hmm.
stories, especially in
Mm-hmm.
AAPI stories. So also my grandma raised me, so this whole thing like is heartbreaking to watch in such a
Right.
healing and healthy way. Kane,
Mm.
how can
Wonderful.
I be you? Like, how are you you? You're just so wonderful. You're so nurturing. You're so like grounded and positive. Can you tell people, me specifically, can you tell people like how do you kind of keep this in an industry that is often like kind of, it can suck the life out of you at times, or it can really make you happy. How do you stay grounded and positive and in a bright light? Even meeting you in person, you're so lovely.
Well, first of all, the first thing I want to say is I'm not grounded all the time. I am as fluffy and lost and difficult and very often negative or anxious as the next person. However, I do have a very strong knack for curating my immediate space. And what that means is the people I share my space with are highly curated. The people I share my time with, the people that I choose to um, come into this particular concentric circle that is me in the middle. I really believe in curation because you can't make time for everybody. But not only must you take care of yourself, you must also take care of the people that you decide to populate your life with. And you have infinite, you yeah, you don't have an infinite amount of energies. Therefore, you should curate what curate so that you have enough energy and love and time for the people that you choose, and that they in turn can also give you what you need. It has to be a two-way situation. Yeah, and I've been like this all my life. I always recommend to everybody that it is important to be able to surround yourself with the good stuff. We don't have enough time for the bad stuff. Really,
Mm.
we don't. But in the blink of an eye, I'm 61, you know? Um, so don't waste time. Yeah.
Oh gosh, geez. You're gonna like journal about this later? That was beautiful. Thank you so
That's
much.
amazing.
Brandon, do you have that kind of similar community around you? Like, I know you've spent so much time doing what you do and you've been in entertainment. Your grandpa was a famous actor as well. Like, would he be proud of you today? What's your community look like and stuff?
So my late grandfather, Walter Soo, who was an actor, one of the earliest Asian American actors here in Hollywood, and thankfully before he did pass, he got to see a lot of my own journey through this career. So I know he's very proud of me, and I know he'd be really stoked to see all the places that I'm going to. But yeah, in terms of like how do I curate my community around me, me similarly, I'm so I'm so careful about just the energies that I surround myself with, and it's so important because I'm a really sensitive person, and I need to take care of myself if I want to continue doing really great stuff. If I want to continue being able to maintain my own mental fortitude, maintain a positive spirit. I surround myself with positivity. I surround myself with great people who are always looking out for me, and I'm looking out for them. The love is always mutual. So for me, like that's a huge part of my secret winning strategies is just like I have a tight, loving group of like awesome people around me, and I know that no matter what, we always got each other's back. It's my chosen family. Like that is my Zodiac warrior circle in a way. Like, so that's something that Tom has done that I've done in my life that I think anyone can really benefit from is just having that warrior, that Zodiac warrior family.
There is another thing I want to add to all of this, and I really believe in a rich life that is more than just your work. I have a very rich life. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. I love outdoor activities. I love to cook. I love to travel. And all of that doesn't have any direct impact on being an actor, but
Mm,
it has an impact on my life and my heart and my person, and all of those things are going to have a direct impact on me as an actor. And so I always encourage everybody to have a very rich life,
mm.
that is more than just sitting around waiting for the next audition.
That's so important. Absolutely. As
Oh,
like an artist and any kind of creative, like you're just like painting. I feel like, you're using like different like source material that's inside of you, and any
Mhm.
kind of life experiences that you collect is like adding to your paint palette. So I recently went on like a little traveling excursion like by myself throughout Asia, and like even though it was a lot of fun, and even though this was like it could seem rather it could be seen like recreational or almost indulgent, but it also was a very integral part of my work to like fill my life with interesting life experiences because it just fills up my cup so I could use it on more interesting artwork.
wait, this makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. So on this podcast, balance comes up a lot, like a lot. We're all journalists or like publicity people who work on the podcast. I'm an actor too. We're filmmakers. We do like seven different things. And it always seems like a negative thing, right? To try to balance everything and not let all the blocks fly down. But Kang, what you just said about have a rich life, that's so
Yeah.
beautiful. That's so lovely. Oh my
And
God.
don't be afraid. I mean, I think it's very important to not be afraid of moments of imbalance. We are all human. Sometimes things are just not going to balance out, but that's okay because it's going to go away. And then there'll be other times where you will feel very balanced. I mean, it's just like that.
A good reminder.
Yes, such a good reminder. That's so beautiful. And then to tie it back to the movie too, I'm wearing my tiger print dress that I got it
Oh,
the day after the premiere. I'm so mad, but I'm wearing the tiger print dress and my little rooster because I'm Year of the Rooster.
oh,
I wanted to
Perfect.
know, what do you guys resonate with your characters? Like in Roosters, I resonate with being ambitious, but also like really picky and sometimes being aggressive. Also, I love that Joe Coy brought some Filipino representation to the movie too. Really, really awesome. But what are your zodiacs? What kind of traits do you resonate with, or that you're like, that's not me, but sometimes, like on a bad day, I can be like that sometimes. King, I'd love to start with you.
Well, tiger girls are very feared for being like fierce women. But at my age and having gone through my life until today, I celebrate my fierceness because I've always been fierce but kind. I think it is important to extend your vocabulary. There are so many ways of being fierce. And nowadays, I'm so proud of being fierce. Fierce in terms of protecting the ones I love, fierce in terms of shaping my life the way that I feel is good, not just for me, but for my purpose in life. And I don't want to be ashamed of being a fierce tiger woman. And in Singapore, I must say there's still some sort of taboo about, oh, you mean your daughter is born in the year of the tiger? Oh, she's not going to have any boyfriends or, that sort of stuff. But nowadays, I think to myself, you know what, girl, if you're a tiger, like my daughter is, go ahead and be fierce, but also be kind, be fiercely kind, fiercely fair, fiercely productive, and so many ways of being fierce.
Mm.
Hmm. Wait, your daughter's a tiger
Brandon?
too?
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yes. It's a family of strong tiger women, tigresses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pack energy right there.
Mhm. Yeah, fierce is such a strong energy. I feel like that's just like the embodiment of power in general. Like you guys are just all it's a powerful zodiac sign, and you could use that power for anything.
Correct.
Um, my zodiac is I am a pig, and I grew up thinking that pigs were just these really cute, sweet, but rather like portly and indulgent animals. Like they're just like chubby and kind of stinky. And I didn't really have like the craziest like I guess perspective of pigs. I'm just like, oh, they're kind of sweet. But the more I learned about like what the actual zodiac represents, the more I feel like it is something that I resonate with. Like they're also very fiercely loyal. They really
Mhm,
value their friends and their community. Something
mhm,
that I definitely resonate with. And another thing is like pigs are very fortunate. And the more I like really just inspect the way my life has played out, I feel like it's just been such a series of blessings and privileges. And I've just been so fortunate to have the opportunities that I've had, to have the people in my life that support me and love me the way that they do. And I'm just like being constantly reminded, like, dude, I'm so blessed. And I feel like that there couldn't be anything more piggy than that. So I'm absolutely a lucky pig.
Aw, anything more piggy than feeling blessed. I love that. That makes me so happy. That's a good vibe. Have you ever touched a
Absolutely.
pig before?
Have I touched one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
they're
was
so
it
fun.
mhm.
like?
Yes.
Have you ever touched the pig? Their fur is like it's pretty coarse. It almost feels like
Yeah,
a
it's
haircut.
hard.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
pigs are the funniest animals. They're actually like they have a lot of like really like human characteristics. Like they have such personality.
100%. I
Well,
volunteer.
my makeup artist in the second season of Kung Fu, she had a pig as a pet. And she had dogs together with her pig. And she told me that her pig was way smarter than any of her dogs. And she
Mm.
loved her pig, and her pig was an indoor pig, and the pig kind of slept with them. And yeah, and since then, I've heard that pigs make really, really good pets. So, Brandon,
I might get a pet pig. I mean, I always
yeah,
like the little potbelly pigs. Have you ever seen those? I'm
yeah,
like,
the tiny ones, right?
they're so cute. I'm like, I need that. I need that in my life.
Oh, the cutest. Okay, wait. So while we're on the subject of Kung Fu, I need to know what's your favorite dish that you cooked on Kung Fu? And Brandon, what is your favorite burger at your restaurant? Shout out your restaurant.
Yes, Stack's Grill. Go ahead, King.
Well, the thing about me cooking on Kung Fu is that I never really cooked, but I will share a little anecdote about cooking on Kung Fu because the very first kitchen scene, when I was chopping I think it was cabbage or something like that. And it was very early on in the first season. So maybe I was still getting used to the knives and getting used to the set and everything. I actually cut my finger
Oh my God.
in
Whoa.
that scene. And it was like bleeding away, but the camera was not on my finger. And I had a lot of things to say. And I just continued saying them until the director yelled cut. And I just sort of like on camera showed my bloody finger and everybody went, and everybody came running and like with bandages, whatever. I mean, it was a tiny little thing, but cuts on fingers just bleed a lot. But yeah, we're not really cooking, on kung fu. We are acting cooking on kung fu. Yeah.
I mean, what a professional you are, though, to keep on rolling with it despite the mortal injury.
Spurting blood behind the camera.
Yeah, I know, so funny.
And she's just like, yeah, anyways, Shannon. So my favorite burger at Stack's Grill is the classic. It's a double smashed patty with our proprietary house blend spread. What we like to do at our place is we put like a nice generous slab of tomato. We put caramelized onions and minced raw onions. We toast it on potato buns. And yeah, I think most importantly with our burger is we're not trying to do anything fancy. We don't want to add too much extraneous ingredients to it. I believe in with cooking is the importance of high quality ingredients and attention to detail and proper technique. So it's not necessarily like we don't got to put truffle sauce on it, with Swiss cheese and mushrooms. It's a very classic American smash burger. And it's just for me, I think it's just like it's simple and it's done right. But usually I'm not making burgers in my own life when I'm cooking. For me, it's like I make stir fries. That's like my
Yeah, I've seen your Instagram. You're excellent.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely like after moving out of my parents' house, like I missed my mom's cooking a lot. So I'm like, man, if I don't live with my mom, I gotta like be able to feed myself. So I taught myself a few of my mom's recipes, or she showed me some of her stuff, and I put my own little spins on it.
Aw, that's so cute. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna make a cookbook of all your stir fry and all your recipes, and then Kang, you put a disclaimer on this is how to wrap your finger when you cut yourself.
Done and done.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I'll wrap it up with the last question right now. What was it? I'm so lost in this conversation. Guys, this has been so fun to talk to you. You bring such like a positive light. This has been such a wonderful press day. All the press that we've done with you, it's just so like light and warming. It's been so wonderful on the press side of things when we like even announced it because we run the gambit of things. Like sometimes we'll do a film that just has like one Asian person in the cast and we get to highlight that one Asian person. But guys, this is such a gift. This
Mm.
movie, like I can't tell you how many times I've typed out the word star-studded cast. Like it's such a stacked cast full of like very family-oriented people. It's just like I got to listen to it at a screening in San Francisco and I got to hear all the kids reacting to it and like
Oh,
squirming in their seats and like shouting during your fight scene stuff. It was so cute.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
this film feels like a moment for our community. Like not even just for like Chinese culture. It feels like a whole moment. Like, we have Joe Coy in this. We have Sandra Oh in this. Like, all these
yeah.
different cultures. How how does it feel to have this like monumental moment? Let me tell you a story too. Sorry. I actually had a press person email me and he's like, "This is my favorite book ever. I
Mm.
can't believe this is a movie now. It's my favorite book." So, to what you guys were talking about earlier too, like there's a ton of fans of the book out there how does it feel? This is a big moment. How does it feel?
Brandon, go ahead.
Man, it feels like such a celebration. It feels like this is the victory lap after all of the years that we've put into it. After all the years of anticipation and recording sessions, and like just imagining what it'll be like to see it on the big screen, being able to finally like share it with the people, being able to, actually talk about it and to see the final product is such a gift. And like you were saying, because it's such like a celebration of Asian culture, I feel like this is really a project that we're rallying the whole community together with. So it's a victory lap, and it is just it's a lot of fun. I'm super excited for it.
For me, I just love stories, and this is a beautiful story, and I just want more and more stories to be told, and I want to be a part of storytelling that reaches out to more audiences. And I think that ultimately is, oops, my AirPods are dying. Hold on. Yeah. So, that's what I want, and Tigers, I mean, more stories, please. With or without me, but preferably with me, but more stories, please. Yes.
Aw, this is so wonderful. Perfect timing for your AirPods dying. Thank
I
you
know.
for this wonderful film and doing all that you did and working with us for press and all that you do for everything. It's truly a universal themed movie, and I'm so excited for people to watch it today, right now, right now.
Yay. Yes.
Go watch it.
The Tremendous Talk podcast is produced by Lawrence Sharma, Ashley Rapuano Sanchez, Gabriela David, Joseph Corralde, and Jeremiah Abraham in collaboration with Tremendous. The Tremendous Talk podcast jingle is by Jared Sanchez and Ashley Rapuano Sanchez, produced at Amsterdam Records.